Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. All right, everybody, let's take a look and see what happened in the S&P 500 today. I gotta tell you, but before we do anything else, let's take a look at my profit loss for today. And there you go. Today was a good day, a very good day actually, and there's gonna be more of those days coming. So I know some people talk about the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash every day for months and weeks and weeks and months. Talk about the market's going to crash, 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 crash. Well, eventually it might be right. Okay. But I've said many times before, they never show any of their positions. I don't even know if they trade. They sure put out nice, sparkly videos, though. But here on this channel, we keep it real. Okay. So the subscribers can get good technical analysis. All right. So take advantage of that premium membership. Actually, it's $5.99. I've been saying $5.95, but okay, $5.99 a month, guys. Like I said before, if I make it any cheaper, I'm giving it away. Okay, premium members, some of them are making a lot of money, especially on a day like today. Okay, granted that not every day is going to be a big day like today, but a lot of people have made significant amount of money. Okay, and there are some futures products I think could actually change people's fortunes. So if you want access to that and some of the short-term charts, subscribe for the $5.99. I mean, it's less than the price of pizza. You're getting a whole month worth of videos on all the futures products like gold and crude oil and wheat and natural gas and whatever else I cover, okay? So take advantage of it while you can. Okay, back to the video. All right, so here we are. What is this saying to me? Well, without going too deep right from the start, just look at this right here. Okay, if that's the only thing you looked at. Okay, look at this massive gap in the MACD. Okay, you could call this the granddaddy of all indicators. See that massive gap in there? See how the gap went away? And see how we got starting to get a gap again? Okay, well, basic behavior, right? If this section from here to here and down inside that ugly looking rectangle I just put, if it had a big gap and it's pointing upward and pricing did this, then what does it tell you if you have a big gap going that way? I mean, this is not rocket science, okay, guys and gals? If all you looked at was the MACD and just traded that, you'd be late to the movements. You would be late, but you would still make money, okay? If that's all you did. You'd just be a little late to the party, but you'd still make money, okay? So what do I think is going to happen? Well, this is the 50-day moving average because we're talking about a daily chart. By the way, this is the December 2021 contracts, which expire in just like 2 or 3 weeks from now, whatever it is, okay? Go to the CME site. I always say this. Be aware of your expiration dates for the futures contracts, okay? I know some trade options against the futures, some trade options against the SPY, whatever. Be aware of your expiration dates, okay? Also, you can trade the E-micro S&P 500. That's /MES. Okay, as you saw earlier in my profit there, that's the contracts I normally trade. Okay, which by the way, I didn't trade a lot of contracts, guys and gals. My positions were small. So you can make a lot of money on small positions. Okay? Obviously, a day like today and 2 days ago, you're going to make more than you normally make if you're on the right side of the trade compared to something like a candlestick like that, okay? But you're still going to make money even on small positions, okay? You just got to know how to do it. All right, so what do I think? Well, this is the 50-day moving average, and it's going up, okay? But I suspect it's going to begin to flatten out. Why? Because that's what it did over here. Start to flatten out. So I suspect it's going to start curving over and kind of get flat like that. It's probably what's going to happen, okay? And looking at this right here, guys, I just think it's a freight train. It's a freight train heading in one direction, down. Okay? The 50-day moving average, really good chance it's going to get tested, which right now is at 45.28. We'll call it 29. It's going to get tested. It might even do what this did for a few days. See how you got this candlestick right here? How it came down, got kind of close, and got a little scared. And then you had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of farting around, sitting right above the 50. Oh, what are we going to do? One's green, one's red, back and forth, him and ha. Okay, guess what, guys? It may do that. It may not. Okay, but at some point, I think there's a really good chance that this 50-day is going to get pierced. That could be tomorrow, which would be Wednesday. Okay. That could be Thursday, could be Friday, could be next Monday. I don't know yet. Okay. But the 50 days is probably going to get pierced. And it'll probably start flattening out. I don't know exactly what the exact slope is going to be, but yeah, it could be something kind of like that, okay? Right. So do we ever get the MACD stop and reverse and go up? Sure, it happens. Like, look at this one. Well, yeah. Okay. But just look at the size of this event. Just the magnitude of the event. Okay. I don't have the amplitude percent indicator on here right now. But in my past videos I did. It's usually down here. Okay. But amplitude is this. The height of this wave. Just think of this as a wave. Just think of this as an oscillation. Just kind of think of it like that. Whatever it's going to do. Okay? And why? Because this is the way... Oscillation, guys and gals, is one of the most prominent ways to measure life. Solar cycles, financial cycles. It goes on and on and on. Radio waves, electromagnetic waves. I could just go on for... I could do a whole video on wave theory. Okay? So, my phone is dinging me. Okay. It's going to have to wait. So, what I'm talking about is, when we talk about amplitude, that's the height of the wave, right? It's half wave. It's basically half wave. But without getting too deep into wave theories, okay, this amplitude is huge on the daily chart back here on November 8th. Okay, and it kind of got a little huge again. Let's pick that one right there. And that was on November 19th. Okay, so what happens when we get far away from the 50? Now, I talked about this before. What happens when we get far away? Let's put because you're all going to hang in there with me on this, right? Because we're going to really analyze this, right? Everybody wants to know, is it the big crash? What's going to happen? Oh my gosh, blah blah blah. Okay, let's take a look at this together. Right, let's do it together. Okay, 5-year chart, 5-year daily. Okay, 5 years of daily. What happens when it gets far away? Well, let's look back here, early 2020. Yep. Came down. Okay, it was pandemic. That's fine. Before that, this one over here. That was a September, October event. That came down. Look at this one. We got a high amplitude back here. And it may not be very visible in this video because it's really small candlesticks. But there's a candlestick right there that came almost all the way down and touched the 50. Look what happened and did it here. Right there. Oh, came down and touched it. Every time you get far away, look at this one. Came down and touched it. Here, again, came down and touch it. I don't care if it's Corley options making it happen, your grandma made it happen, your grandpappy, your uncle, your dog. It doesn't matter why. We don't really care why. Seriously. I don't care about geopolitical nonsense, and this administration does that, and wear your 3 face masks and 5 different, shots in each butt cheek. I could care less. I could seriously care less. It doesn't make any difference why. All that is just noise. It's just noise. Okay? Who cares the reasons why? Because we know life does this. Life does that. And it all comes back. Here it did it. Here it did it. Here. Here. And guess what? It's doing it again. We don't care if the stock market's going straight to the moon. going to the moon. We don't care. We're going to take advantage of the fact that it will always return to the 50. And sometimes it'll go below it, right? Sometimes it'll just crash below it. Ah! All right. So why am I mentioning all that? Because the greater the amplitude of the wave, usually the greater the magnitude of the bounce back. That could be a decline. That could be, it doesn't have to be a decline. It could be going the opposite direction, right? So in other words, if we look over here, this is a massive amplitude. No, guys and gals? Is that not a massive amplitude? It's huge. Look at this amplitude away from the 50-day. And what did it do? It had a massive rebound before it came back down and visited. It almost fully recovered. Not quite. And one big boom. Look at that triangle. I know it got some people on my some people on the Discord server. We talk about geometrical shapes because they do apply to trading. And there's a triangle. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get this thing to play nice, because these charts can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Let's see if I can get it to play nice. There we go. All right, so here we are. We're back over here and zoomed in and close up. Yeah, I believe it's going to go below the 50. Okay, like I said, might be a few days, whatever, pierce through. Okay, probably going to happen. All right, and even though my MACD is now all messed up, I can't get it to do what it's supposed to do, because anytime you're messing with these charts, things get all whacked out. Okay, but anyway, that right there says there's more to come. Right? Here's the thing. We didn't come from one of these events where things were just flatlined for days on end and paint dry. Okay? We didn't get one of those. Right? This section here is nothing like that. And even this one was flat, and we still got that. Okay? You didn't get this flat nonsense where the MACD and the daily is pinched together. No, sir. We didn't get that. Going up to this baby, we got this big, huge Mississippi River, the Nile, okay, the Amazon, whatever. Pick your biggest rivers. Okay? That all speaks to amplitude and then magnitude of the move. Okay? We're basically talking about a vector, guys and gals. Okay? Go check out your trigonometry, your pre-calculus. We're talking about a vector here. It has both direction and magnitude associated with it. The direction is obvious, that way. Okay? And the magnitude ain't done yet. All right, let's take a look at the monthly chart. I'll tell you what, before I leave there, because I know we got some new viewers. Welcome new viewers, welcome new premium members. Okay? By the way, as I mentioned earlier, premium members get all the other products. So that's $12.26. Did I get that right? Yeah, $12.26. Okay, so guys and gals, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, day after, basically the end of December, that's the green cycle. What am I talking about? That's called cycle analysis. I'm just looking at dailies only. There's a good chance the prices will decline into Christmas Eve kind of time frame, but there's another cycle here, this smaller one right there, and that one I think is around the 16th. Yeah. Okay, I've been talking about this for the last week or two. So take your pick. There's so much pressure downward right now. Okay, a lot of pressure downward going into either the second week of December or the third or fourth week of December. Since both these cycles are basically in play. So there's a lot of pressure down. Okay, how far down? We'll see. But these candlesticks, these monster candlesticks, they are significantly larger than almost most of the ones we see inside this circle here, this ugly looking circle. Okay? It's really hard to put on the brakes of a locomotive that's got a lot of steam. Remember the old steam locomotives? It's hard to put the brakes on that. When you got something with these kind of huge candlesticks going on, it's really difficult to put the brakes on and say, we're just going to stop this and bounce off to 50. Yeah, maybe, but probably not. We've been talking for over 2 weeks about these divergence signals, and that is just like clear as day, and so is that one. So will we get a bounce off these indicators at the bottom? Maybe a little bit, but I don't. And that could be this this stuff. a little consolidation for a few days. And I think that's all it's going to get. And then it's going to, if it does that, it could bust through right away. All right, let's go look at the monthly. Okay, last day of the month. Look at that candlestick. Oh my gosh. Anybody that knows anything about candlesticks knows that that's basically an evening star, okay? It kind of looks like an evening star to me. Like I said a few days ago, technically it's supposed to be a little bit higher above this body, I think, top of that body, but it's good enough. And it looks like December is going to start out right at the bottom edge of that body, right? And probably, most likely, maybe not, work its way down, especially in the first few days or the first week, okay? So if that's the case and it stays like that, then we really do have an evening star. Okay, it's not a shooting star. A shooting star would be this, and then it's up here. And there's a little bit of a gap here and there, okay? That would be a shooting star, I believe. Or abandoned baby, maybe. There's a couple different candlesticks. Okay, but this looks like an evening star to me, guys. Probably most likely is what that's going to be. Okay, the MACD on the monthly still says it's strong, and it may stay strong. You know, and I talked about this in the last couple of days. And the big picture of things, guys, right now, this is nothing. What's going on in the daily chart is not even touching this monthly strength. Okay, monthly strength. Yes, I know I'm going to get a mouse pad. The mouse clinking against the desk bothers me too. So I hear it in the videos. Okay, I've been so busy, I literally didn't have time to go get a mouse pad, but I'll get one. All right, so this amplitude, again, massive wave. Okay, now's a good time to look at you know what everybody's doing right now, guys? All the TA, technical analysis people, they're looking at their monthly charts. And they're beginning to wonder, I wonder if something bigger's coming. Now they're looking at their monthly charts. Okay, so I've zoomed out to the monthly, all the way back to 1984. Okay. And if you have to pause the video here, just pause it. I mean, just let your eye look at the distance from the blue line to any peak. Here. Okay, let me make lines a little more obvious. Here, where I'm pointing to is where there's room underneath the curve, right? There's room underneath this curve. There's room underneath this curve. That space in there. There's space in here. See that space? And you some on the bottom. See the space in here? There. There's a little one right there. There's a massive one that's kind of just doing this whole area. But basically the peak of it's right there, okay? There. Okay, so never in the history of the stock market, at least the data we have on the screen, have we seen this numerical value between here and there, okay? If you just measure this by price, in other words, okay, which I don't know what it is right now. You know what? Since everybody's, let's go do this together. Let's go add in the amplitude. I think I have it in here. Amplitude percent. Let's add that in there. What's it say? It's on the wrong thing. I got to go back. Give me a second. Bear with me on this. Got to drag it down here. Get it into its own section. Okay, amplitude percent is at 29.26, guys. That's this number down here. 29.26. Okay, so what does that say? That says, if you look at the low here, 4557, okay, and we take approximately 29.26% of that number, then you'll get this distance right here, okay? That's all it's doing, okay? So, numerically, this is the largest, whatever that is, okay? 30% of that, guys, would be about 1,200, 1,350. Just throwing out a number. Hopefully my math is good. Just throwing it out there. 10% would obviously be 455 times 3, 1,200 plus another 150. About 1,350. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe 1,400. Okay? So that's 1,400 points worth of distance. That's the largest we've ever had in the history of the S&P 500 in the futures, okay? It's not the largest percentage, but it's the largest numerical value. The largest percentage has been about 36%. Okay, so we're definitely up in the nosebleed section. Okay, that happened back here in 1998, the largest percent. Okay, all right, let's move on to the weekly. So anyway, I'm mentioning this for new viewers and other people that are watching this video. Okay, I know this video's getting kind of long, but stay with me on this because we're in the nosebleed section of the bleachers, man. This thing ain't going to stay there forever, guys. It ain't going to stay there forever. Just ain't going to happen. I don't care about bulls and bears. I'm not an animal. I'm a man. Thank God for that. I don't get into, I only trade long. I only trade short. I take advantage of the market in both directions, and so should you if you can. And if you can't, get your brokerage account squared away and start trading futures. Okay? Or at least options against them. All right, so this is going to return down to the 50, guys, the 50 month. Okay, whatever it does, whenever it does. It's coming down, trust me. Okay, don't even trust me. It's going to happen because it always happens every doggone time. Okay, just a matter of when. All right, and by the way, as I switch to the weekly, we're not just seeing big price movements in S&P 500. They've happened in crude oil. They're happening in other products. They're happening in some of the grains. Okay? Especially wheat and oats. If you want access to those videos, subscribe, $5.99. Okay, let's look at the weekly here. What's going on there? Well, same story. Same story. Okay? Now, on the weekly, you know, we can't really use much of the MACD. It doesn't give us much. But what we can do is, and I talked about this last week and the week before, see these two little red dots? The two little red piggies? Huh? You see two red dots together anywhere in here? The last time it happened was way over here. Way back in 2018. Okay? And that one came, and even though it's not very visible on the screen, but that one came all the way down and touched the 50 week. The 50 week. We're on the weekly chart. Where's the 50 week? 4220. Oh yeah, that's a long way down. Could we get there? It's looking like it's very possible. It's a little early. I'm not one of these guys, you know, back in August I said the stock market was going to crash fall or winter. And we may very well be in it. We may very well now be seeing it. I had a bunch of naysayers back then. That's okay. I can take it. I got broad shoulders. Okay? But nowadays, I don't talk about crash, crash, crash every day, every week, and just, you know, months on end of crash, crash, crash. You know, they just look clickbait videos. Forget that nonsense. We trade what the market gives us. That's what this channel is all about. Rational analysis of whatever product we're looking at, and with the goal to profit off it, right? So with this kind of divergence warnings going on here, okay, yeah, I think we're going to get at least halfway between where we're at right now, 45.85. And okay, this is a rising 50, so we got to be careful. You know, we don't just take this number here and say, oh, you know, subtract the 2 and divide by 2. No, we can't do that. It's dangerous. So, but, you know, wherever it's out here somewhere, okay, I'm just throwing it out there. 4,400? I think 4,400, guys. When I looked at the daily chart, I talked to some of my premium members on the Discord server today. We chatted with a few of them, some of the mature veteran traders that I chat with. Okay, some old timers. We like to chat, and I told them I think 4,400s is possible. And looking at the weekly chart, yeah, weekly and daily, I see 4,400s. Okay, may not happen overnight, but it's probably going to happen. Okay. I know some of you probably look at this chart and say, oh, your weekly cycles are off your monthly cycle. I'm sorry, you know, I need to kind of get my act together here. These are just daily cycles left over on this chart. So ignore those whenever you were talking about monthly and weekly. Okay, my apologies. I need to make better use of the drawing sets down here in the lower left-hand corner. Okay, I'm not taking advantage of that, and I will. I've been super busy. I also run a business on the side and do other things, so I got a lot going on. That's my excuse. All right. So back to the daily. If you want the hourly chart, okay, which today, if I have time for the premium members only, I'll put out hourly on the S&P 500, guys and gals, just for the premium members, okay? I don't do that every day, but I'm going to do it today. Okay, I'll keep it short as I can. So for those that want to join, you want that chart. I even do the 5-minute chart sometimes. So if you want that, $5.99, okay? Guys and gals, okay, let me put up my splash screen right now for the premium membership, okay? And while it's sitting there, and you should be clicking it to pay for that extremely inexpensive $5.95 or $5.99 a month membership. Okay, I'm going to continue talking just briefly a second here about the daily chart. The doggone lower wick is like, inches away from the 50. Okay, and it's like, trying to hold up I don't know. It's like a toothpick, a toothpick still trying to hold up, this massive, 5-ton boulder. It doesn't look promising. Okay, and the MACD's got, like I said earlier, is as wide as the Mississippi River. Okay, and I seriously doubt that anything is going to stop the 50 from breaking through. Okay, the price from breaking through the 50. If it does, great. I'll admit I'm wrong. Okay, because crazier things have happened, guys. But it's probably going to break through the 50. Okay, take advantage of the $5.95 or the $5.99, whichever two it is, while you can, because the membership is growing. Okay, and I'm grateful. I give God thanks. Yes, I'm a Christian, and I'm not ashamed of it. I give God thanks. The membership is growing. Okay, but take advantage of the price while you can. Okay, because that price is dirt cheap. I know there's people out there, $20, $30 a month for their basic memberships. Okay, that they're doing on their own sites. Like other people are talking hundreds of dollars. Okay, I made it $5.95 for a reason, so that everybody could afford it. Okay, so take advantage while you can. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos I put them out. Talk to you all real soon again next time.